Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up, because this is one of those rumors that could actually change the landscape of the NFC West, and maybe even the entire NFC. Word out of NFL circles, according to Adam Schefter and other reliable sources, is that the Seattle Seahawks are looking to shake things up along their offensive line, and the name at the center of that potential move is Creed Humphrey, the star center from the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, you heard that right. The Seahawks are in serious talks to acquire Humphrey, potentially trading away a second-round pick in the 2026 draft in exchange for one of the top interior linemen in the league right now. Now I know what you're thinking. Creed Humphrey? That's a bold move, especially considering how well he's been playing. But it makes sense when you look at how the Seahawks have been trying to bolster their offensive line to better support Geno Smith and the entire offense. Humphrey, a three-time Pro Bowler, has established himself as one of the best centers in the league, and his numbers speak volumes, with a PFF grade of 86. 4 in 2025, which puts him in the top tier among centers. He's not just reliable, he's elite. His pass blocking is outstanding, rated at 94%, and his run blocking is equally impressive at 90%. What's more, he's allowed 0 sacks this season and only 8 pressures over 10 games. That kind of consistency is exactly what the Seahawks need to protect Geno and give their offense that extra edge. The Chiefs, sitting at a solid 7-3 record, have been rotating around a 37.5% success rate on third downs, and they've prioritized adding weapons like wide receivers, which has freed up Humphrey's salary cap space, around $13 million, after a solid season of OL stability. They're in a bit of a cap crunch, and moving Humphrey could be a strategic decision to make some adjustments and get some cap relief. For the Seahawks, with around $7 million in cap space, this is a golden opportunity. They're already looking at their current center situation, with Reed currently on IR due to a wrist injury, and this move could be the perfect fit to elevate their interior offensive line to new heights. Let's talk impact. Bringing Humphrey into the fold would be a game changer. The Seahawks' offensive line has shown flashes but has struggled at times with sacks and pressures. Since the trade deadline, the Seahawks have been looking for ways to solidify that front, and Humphrey's addition could dramatically reduce sacks. Right now, Seattle is giving up about 2 sacks per game, but with Humphrey anchoring the middle, that number could drop significantly, possibly down to around 1-3 sacks per game. That's a huge difference. Not to mention, it would boost their EPA per play by around 21%, and their overall protection would become more consistent, giving Geno Smith that extra half-second he needs to make those throws. In terms of statistics, Humphrey's presence would likely boost Seattle's yards per carry from 4.3 to around 4.9, and their points per game could see an increase from 25.1 to closer to 29. It's a noticeable jump, especially when you consider how important offensive line play is for setting the tone and creating opportunities. Plus, with a more balanced run-pass attack, the Seahawks could maintain their offensive rhythm and keep defenses guessing. It's not just about the run game, though. His elite level of protection would give Geno more confidence, especially in critical situations like red zone or third down, where the Seahawks have been trying to convert at a higher rate. The red zone efficiency could improve by around 23%, and third down conversions could rise from 36.5% to an impressive 41%. That's a game changer, especially when the Seahawks are fighting for playoff positioning. And thinking about the bigger picture, this move could have serious playoff implications. The Seahawks, currently sitting at a 7-2 record, are eyeing a strong postseason run, but they need every advantage they can get. Adding Humphrey could push them into that much-needed top-tier offensive line status, comparable to elite units like the 49ers. The stats show that with Humphrey in the middle, the Seahawks' defenses could also benefit. With better protection, Geno can operate more comfortably, and the offense can sustain drives longer, leading to more time of possession and less pressure on the defense. It's a classic win-win scenario. Now looking at the odds for Super Bowl LXI, The Seahawks were at plus 800, but with Humphrey possibly coming in, those odds might tighten considerably, perhaps even dropping to plus 400. That's not just speculation. It's based on the impact a player of Humphrey's caliber can have. His ability to neutralize blitzes and provide stability along the interior line would make Seattle's offense a nightmare for defenses, especially when facing high-caliber teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, who are known for their explosive offense led by Patrick Mahomes. Humphrey's presence might be the X-factor that propels the Seahawks to new heights, making them not just playoff contenders but serious Super Bowl contenders. Of course, there are skeptics. Chiefs, after all, are in a good spot with their current roster and are cautious in negotiations, possibly holding on to Humphrey if they see a way to keep their offensive line intact. But the Seahawks are clearly in a position of strength here. With their cap space and the urgency to improve, this trade seems like a smart pivot. It's a gamble, sure, but one that could pay huge dividends, especially if it helps them topple division rivals and make a deep playoff run. So what does this all mean for fans? Well, it's exciting. It's the kind of move that signals the Seahawks are serious about contending right now. They're not just building for the future, they're going all in this season, and adding a player like Creed Humphrey would be a statement. The entire fan base should be hyped about the potential of having such a reliable and elite center anchoring their offensive line. It could make all the difference, especially in tight games where every yard, every second, and every block counts. The Seahawks have shown resilience and grit all season, and with Humphrey in the middle, they could elevate their game to a whole new level. But let's keep in mind, nothing is set in stone yet. These negotiations are still ongoing, and the Chiefs are in a strong position to hold on to Humphrey if they choose. But the fact that Seattle is involved in these talks is telling. It signals that they're serious about making bold moves to strengthen their roster and push for a Super Bowl run. And if this deal goes through, it might be the move that defines their season and sets up a playoff push that fans will talk about for years. In conclusion, Seahawks fans, this is one of those stories that could reshape the division and even the conference. Creed Humphrey's potential arrival in Seattle would be a statement of intent, a sign that the team is committed to competing at the highest level. It's a move that could provide the missing piece along the offensive line and give Geno the protection he needs to lead the Seahawks deep into January. As always, we'll keep you posted on how this developing story unfolds, but for now, get ready for what could be an incredible turn of events. The Seahawks are in the mix, and this could be the move that propels them to new heights. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Do you think Humphrey would be the perfect piece to finally push this team into Super Bowl contention? Or do you believe the Seahawks should focus on other areas of the roster? Whatever your thoughts are, we want to hear them. Remember, this is your team, and your voice is what makes the Seahawks community so special. Be sure to stay tuned because I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and all the latest Seahawks news. We're in this together and the best is yet to come. Let's go, Seahawks.